We strive every day, every week when you come in here to take your numbers like you do at SI.com, like you do on your website, and start to understand why teams won and why they lost.
Yep.
That's the goal of your numbers,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Like you said in the intro, we call them quality stats. They're stats that have a direct correlation to winning football games. We chronicle that correlation too. We tell you how often stats win and lose football games. And the key is, Butch, a lot of people look at the wrong numbers. We look at the numbers that prove the difference between victory and defeat, week after week, game after game, year after year.
And here's what I like: as the season gets down to the nitty-gritty now, your numbers actually become more and more relevant.
They do. In fact, one of the things we track at Cold Hard Football Facts inside of the premium product you were talking about, we call predictive rate of victory. We tell you how often each stat predicts winners. It's pretty impressive. Some stats, for example, rushing. Rushing really doesn't matter that much in football. We like to talk about it. You need to be balanced. But if you're a great running team, it doesn't really matter. But we chronicle how often each indicator predicts winners and losers. Some of them predict winners and losers just by themselves as often as Vegas favorites, believe it or not. Right, not adjusting for road, home, anything. Just they predict winners as often as the Vegas
Every week
favorite.
we start on the show with one or a couple of your quality stats. And let's look at two very specific stats that you have as your quality stats. Real quarterback rating, and on the other side of the football, defensive real quarterback rating. Explain what they are and what's the logic behind it.
Well, passer rating is just that. People call it the traditional passer rating called quarterback rating. It's not, Butch. It only measures passing. It doesn't purport to measure anything else but a guy's ability to pass. We want to know how well do quarterbacks play in all aspects of the game? Running, fumbling, sacks, everything. We call it real quarterback rating. It just said, all the passing stats are included, plus all the rushing stats, sacks.
Okay.
And the thing is, we found it's probably the best stat in all of football. Right now, teams that win that indicator, that are better in real quarterback rating, win about 88% of all NFL games. It means if your quarterback plays better than the other quarterback, you win the game.
Okay, so for this week, no surprise, the best quarterbacks have the best real quarterback rating. You've got from top to bottom, 1 through 4, Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers, New Orleans and Drew Brees, the Patriots and Tom Brady, and Houston and Matt Schaub. And there is the real quarterback rating number. So compared to the traditional quarterback rating, what does the 116, 95, and 91 mean?
It's basically the same. We use the same formula to get there. So people kind of understand if you have a passer rating of over 100, that's pretty good. We basically use the same formula. So if it's up around 100, that's pretty good. Real quarterback rating will be a little bit lower because your average per attempt is usually lower on the ground than it is through the air. Things like that. It's usually a little bit lower. But even then, Aaron Rodgers, 116 rating, even if you include his rushing. I mean, that's really a phenomenal number. Includes fumbles. And just for an example, I know we'll talk about him later, but Tim Tebow a lot of times has a great real quarterback rating, even if he can't pass the football because he runs so well.
And let's go to the bottom three in the real quarterback rating. And when you look at the bottom three, again, it's no surprise. You got the rookie Blaine Gabbert. Sam Bradford, though, is second from last. And I wrote it down, but who's your last one here in real quarterback rating?
I do not have it in front of me, but sorry.
Oh, it is the Cardinals. No, it is Curtis Painter. I'm sorry,
and the Colts, of course. Okay, and then the Cardinals.
And then the Cardinals there. And Cardinals is a surprise, too.
I should have known that off the top of my head. I apologize for not knowing it off the top of my head. Sam Bradford, we were worried about him as a rookie. His efficiency numbers were really poor. And right now he's entering bust territory for, a guy who's a number one pick, a big name Heisman Trophy winning stud coming out of a big school like Oklahoma. Right now, if I'm a St. Louis fan, I'm really concerned about my quarterback situation.